First time I heard about co-living in a spiritual sense, because I had known about co-living before as a lifestyle, people living in individual dwelling units around a central space that's used for meetings and cooking and that sort of thing. But the first time I heard about it as an option for me was I was in Denton, Texas, in the study of a friend's house, and I was working on a computer, and someone stuck their head in the study and said, "Hey, they're offering co-living at La Casa de Milagros in Chapala, Mexico." And I had been a student of the Course in Miracles for quite a few years, and I was familiar with this facility. And as soon as I heard that co-living was going to be part of the program there, there's sometimes in life when something just clicks and you go, "That's it, I'm going to do that." And that's what I thought. I thought I'd been waiting for something like that for a long, long time. And I thought, yep, that's for me. And this was just about exactly 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago. I'm recording this in the middle of February 2022. And it was the beginning of COVID. And it took me a while to get to Mexico because I believed the stories I had heard that they had closed the Mexico border. And after a while, it just got to be more than I was willing to put up with. So I said, it's going to take a gun or a dog or something to keep me from going to this co-living facility. And as it turned out, there was nobody had a word to say about it. Drove straight there, flew into Guadalajara, drove straight to the Casa de Milagros, and everything was great. So it gave me another sign that I thought I was on the right track by going there. And I initially committed to be there for 4 months. And he ended up being there for almost a year. But I started to see the effect of saying yes to this idea of co-living. I started seeing the effects of that yes right away, even before I got to La Casa de Milagros. So I'm worried about what was going to happen with the airplane, that they're going to stop me, they're not going to let me get on the airplane. I'm going to get into a taxi and I've spent my money on an airplane ticket and now I can't get into the place, blah, blah, whatever. But, and so I got a little taste of the letting go that needs to happen in all of our lives, letting go of things that aren't helpful to us. I got a little taste of that before I even got there, and it continued for the whole time I was there. And there are a couple of things that stand out for me still. This is now 8 or 9 months, I guess, after I left there late last spring. One is that I had no idea, coming to Mexico, how powerful a group of people living together with common purpose and a common agreement about what they want to have for themselves can be. And that shared intent is, I believe now, one of the most powerful forces there is in the universe, shared intent. And I think even people who hadn't been Course in Miracles students for very long, or not at all, had very powerful experiences while they were there. And I can only chalk that up to the daily agreement to be there for each other, to not judge each other, to welcome anything that comes, to not have any private thoughts, to say things that are on our mind, and no going out of our way to make someone else happy, to look inward at what makes us happy, and follow those prompts, and all will be well in the long run. Now, does that mean that there weren't unhappy days and uncomfortable days and days when I wanted to and did hide in my room for a day or two, till whatever was there was passing? Or did I not get mad at people? Did I not have grievances? Of course I did, and that's part of the process. That's part of I can't let go of something that's not helpful to me if I don't acknowledge that I have it to let go of, right? So that's part of the process, is acknowledging that I have that and have that intent to be free of it, to let it go. So the power of the format, or if you want to call it that, or the power of the joining, is incredible. It doesn't have to be a lot of people either. When I got there, I think there were 5 of us. And it was up as many as 25 during the time I was there, and maybe 15 by the time I left. It varied back and forth. And since that time, I've been living in with a group, in a smaller group, 5, 6 people, 6 right now in this house behind me. And it's just as powerful, if not more powerful, than it was at the facility at that time. So that continues, and it feels like the fast track, to tell you the truth, of awakening. And all the, there's feelings of being strapped to the front of a rocket ship, the uncomfortable days, and sometimes when it just feels like it's a little too intense. But on the whole, I highly recommend it. The other thing that I remember that came from being in Casa de Milagros was, I think we all have some idea of where we think we are on the spiritual path. I'm up here, so-and-so is there, or I'm down here and so-and-so is, whatever. And I discovered during that time that we're all in the same boat. However advanced we may think someone else is, or however advanced we may think we are, we're all in the same boat. And in addition, it's a very short boat from the front to the back. You can reach out and touch the front. If I'm in the back, I can touch the guy in the front. And that was reinforced over and over and over and over, that it happens together in that boat, or it doesn't happen. So the shared intent and the overwhelming feeling that the differences are so minute between us in terms of where we are, that they're not even worth talking about, or not even worth considering. And those two things together have stayed with me since I left there. The whole time I felt them when I was there, and I felt them every day since then, and have convinced me that this program, this co-living, is a way of joining that is, it doesn't get any more advanced, I guess, if you want to call it that, any faster path than that, if we're doing it with our full intent. And I think if anybody goes to a meeting once a week for Course in Miracles to learn more about Course in Miracles, or maybe 2 or 3 meetings a week for those devotees who are feeling like they're very serious about it, being in a co-living community as small as 5, or even 2 for that matter, if that's your preference, is something that is a rare opportunity, and I think everybody would benefit from taking advantage of it. And it's a way of practicing instead of studying. And somebody asked me how long I've been studying the Course in Miracles, and I tell them, well, it's been like 18 years or something like that, but actually practicing it, maybe half that, and really focused on it, maybe half that. So, maybe the last 3 or 4 years, I've been actually seriously practicing like I could have been the whole time, I suppose. But I finally got around to it. Better late than never, I guess. And one of the things that helped me focus that way and feel like I'm beginning to live the happy dream that we hear about has come from co-living. And I know the people who are joining me on this YouTube channel are going to be talking about their experiences. The vast majority of them are going to say the same thing. It's a wonderful opportunity, and something that I'm very, very grateful to have started, and I plan to continue for the duration, however long that is. So come join us.